Hello and welcome to this month's rendition of Healthy Living in BR, program of the Mayor's Healthy Cities Initiative. I'm Colette Barrett and I serve as the chair of the board, but also your host for our monthly program. We have some exciting guests lined up this month. It's sort of like our holiday session, and so some really exciting things to look forward to as we look to 2015. If in fact you have other programs that you're interested in that you've seen on our monthly series, you can go to our website, www.healthybr.com, and you can have those readily available to you if you want to look up any additional information. As I stated, our program is hosted by Mayor Kip Holden, and so I want to thank you all for joining us. Our first guest today is Miss Kristen Hogan, who is with the YMCA here in Baton Rouge. Kristen, we've had you on our program before. It's always interesting. I'm missing the gator dude.
Swampy.
Swampy,
yes.
okay.
Swampy's doing well. He's still swimming in our pools right now. Just because it's winter time doesn't mean that Swampy isn't out and about and our pools are still open. So he's always teaching that healthy swimming around the pools. And so if you're interested and need some additional life lessons on how to stay safe around the pool, don't forget to come to the Y. We offer year-round swimming lessons.
Yeah, that's really important as we take a look at water safety. You know, we're in Louisiana. That's a part of our culture.
Exactly.
And there is a large portion of our children that don't know how to swim. And we know that water safety is extremely important. So it's a blessing that the Y is open 12 months out of the year,
right,
and provide swim lessons. So don't wait until the spring and the summer to then say, okay, well now I want to go do swim lessons. Come in the wintertime when there's not as many people.
Exactly, and there's still bodies of water around, you know. It's not just your swimming pools, but it's your ponds and your lakes, and there's lots of opportunities that they can get themselves into trouble.
So exciting that we have the Y open year-round that will help us with that. Speaking of the Y, let's talk about how you guys are helping us be a healthier community.
That's always something that we're focused on, is getting everyone to just be more health conscious and making our community a better place to live. And we all know it's that time of year where that's the thing that people are thinking about, is those resolutions. And we all know that they're going to want to lose weight, and they're going to want to be more active and make healthier choices. And so we're here to help them do that.
So let's talk about how you all help people do that.
Absolutely. We have lots of different programs. We have Your Path to Wellness, which is a 3-step program where they come in and we do some health assessments, kind of let them know where they are health-wise and then how we can go about helping them accomplish their goals. We have an active track system, which is a computerized personal trainer, if you want to think about it that way. It can go so far as to printing out grocery shopping lists for you and helping you plan your daily meals. It'll give you a new workout to complete each day. So it's something that's really easy to use, user-friendly. You can access it from work. You can access it from home. You can come in the Y. You can print it out at the Y. We have lots of different programs and activities that people can choose from. We have the basketball gyms for our guys who want to play basketball. And then for our ladies, there's over 420 group exercise classes a week happening at the Y. So there's an opportunity for everyone to get in and get in shape. And then don't forget about the family programs as well, where they can come in as a family and do activities together.
Now, the Y is located all around our greater Baton Rouge community. So, share with our viewing audience where our Ys can be accessed.
Absolutely. We have 9 locations of the Y, and the easiest way to get to them is ymcabr.org, and we have a little map there with all of our locations and phone numbers, and then all of our program information as well, so that they can access that.
But we're talking South Baton Rouge, Mid-City area, Zachary, Baker,
we have
across the river on
now.
West Dow, the west side of the river. So
exactly.
They're all over Baton Rouge. So and something else that's really important about the Y is you have a program where you raise scholarship funds.
Exactly. Our
for
scholarships
those most
so
in
important.
Need. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It's so important because we don't want to turn anyone away from the Y for inability to pay. And so we have a scholarship program, and what we do is raise funds throughout the year to help provide our programs for people in our community who need them but can't afford them. And so it's very important. I want to thank everyone who does help in that campaign, because it is really important for those single parents or for those families who might be struggling financially but want access to the Y to come in and do our programs. And so we're able to give them scholarships for that. For the swimming lessons, we're able to scholarship for that. So if anyone is needed in any of our programs, don't hesitate to come to the Y and find out more information about that program. And if you're interested in donating, 100% of your donation goes into that scholarship fund.
Right, that's an interesting piece, and especially during the holiday season, if you're trying to figure out how you can give back, you know, the Y is a good place to make those contributions and donations, because it really does help those in need.
It does.
So, you know, as we get ready to make resolutions,
Yes.
yeah, everybody makes resolutions.
Yeah,
How
we
many
make
of us
them.
keep them?
Well, we're not doing a good job of keeping them. So, but that's okay. That's okay. Each year's a new year, each day's a new day, right? So we can always start over. And that's one thing I recommend is for people not to get discouraged if they feel like, oh, I haven't accomplished my goal. It's something that definitely shouldn't discourage you. It's something that should motivate and encourage you. So one of the tips I can give for people is to start out with a smaller goal. If your goal is to lose weight, let's say you want to lose 30 or 40 pounds, try to accomplish just a 5-pound weight loss goal, and that'll help you to reach that goal and then also feel like you've accomplished something. Trying to tackle it all at once can be a bit overwhelming. So that's one thing I would definitely consider. And then also try to look at your overall lifestyle and get more what I call healthy organized. So if you're going to the grocery store, make sure that your shopping list is healthy items, and make sure that you only buy those things on your shopping list, so that whenever you're going to prepare a meal, you can't prepare something that's unhealthy because you didn't buy it at the grocery store. So it's just being more organized and just thinking about it as a daily task. A healthy lifestyle is something you have to think about constantly, not just during your New Year's resolutions.
Mm-hmm. And so what are some of those common resolutions?
Oh, of course, lose weight. They want to financially save some money. They want to get more organized, and then also just have an overall healthier lifestyle. And what's really neat about it is that those are the top 4 resolutions made, and it's almost consecutively every year the same resolutions are made. And so it's kind of funny because they tie together a lot. If you can get more organized with your health and the choices that you're making, you can lead to a healthier lifestyle. And then with a healthier lifestyle, you're probably going to lose some weight, and then you're probably going to save some money because you're not having to go to the doctor. Maybe you can get off some of the medication you've been taking for high blood pressure. So it's funny how all those things tie together. And so if you can just kind of start accomplishing goals in small bits and pieces and work on the overall healthier lifestyle, it's amazing how many resolutions you can actually accomplish.
And so, you know, having someone else walk with you in this journey, having someone else to be a partner or a buddy or whatever those things are, you know, where does that fit in and how the Y approaches helping families?
It's very important to have, you know, people who work out with someone else are more likely to be successful in their routine. And so definitely the Y's there to help them and support them. And that's why we have such a big family atmosphere, and we're welcoming to everyone. No matter what your background is, you're welcome at the Y. And I encourage people to take that approach with whatever their resolution might be. Talk about your resolution with your family members, talk to your friends, talk to your doctor, because they can be your encouragement, your motivation, and your support whenever you feel like, you know, you can't tackle it anymore. They'll be there for you.
Yeah, one of the things that we often talk about is you can't be held accountable for something that you never declare.
Exactly.
So when you declare it with your family and friends and the community at large,
it makes it real. That's right. That's right. Definitely helps.
So let's talk about why living healthy is so important.
Absolutely. Your overall health, I mean, it really affects all of you. We only get this one body, and that's it. And we don't get a second chance. So we really have to treat it right with our nutrition and with our exercise, because it affects the way that we feel. And it also can lead, an unhealthy lifestyle can lead to a lot of, we know, diseases, and ultimately it can lead to death. So it is real important to take care of your health for yourself, for your family, and for those who care about you. It really is important. It'll make you feel better whenever no one ever left an exercise program or the gym or got off the treadmill and says, gosh, I wish I wouldn't have done that. I feel terrible. That's never what people say. It's always, wow, I feel so good. It's stress relief. It can, help reduce the stress that you feel in your life. It can get rid of headaches. Lots of people who have headaches, if they exercise, just get that blood flowing, it can help with that. It just makes you feel good. It really does. Improve your mood and improve the way you feel.
One of the things that we often have also shared is that, we're a very giving community. Baton Rouge is a very giving community. And so in giving to others, you can't give what you do not have. So if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't do what you need to do for yourself, take care of yourself, then you're not able to give back to others. And so taking care of one's own health is really very, very important. As you know, there are lots of things that we should consider when we try and improve our health. So share some of those tips with our...
Absolutely. You want to do something that you enjoy. Lots of times people say, well, I don't want to exercise because I don't enjoy it. But the truth is there's lots of different things that you can do that are exercise, but they're fun things that you may not know that you're exercising while you're doing them, such as dancing. People say, oh, I love to dance. Well, that's exercise. Do a Zumba class or maybe go dance with, some friends or family members. It's amazing that some fun activities that you like to do are actually exercise. Playing basketball. If playing basketball is what you like to do, then do that. If you're someone who likes to go for walks, then do that. You have to do the things you enjoy so that it's something that you enjoy and not the dreadful exercise routine. So,
did one of those this past Saturday. Our grandsons, the 4-year-old and the almost 2-year-old, on their bicycles. Well, one's a bicycle, the other's like a push thing. Up and down the block. And so, it was like, okay, it's time to go in.
And that's great. You're getting exercise and you're also getting that quality time together as a family, which is important as well. And doing it together as a team, there's nothing better than that.
Well, the Y is a very family-oriented community partner. So we're getting close to the end of our time together. So if there was one thing that you really wanted to share with our audience, Kristen, what would that be?
And we're just here to strengthen the community. And if there's anybody who needs our help, just to let us know.
And they do that by?
You can contact the Y at any of our 9 locations or feel free to visit us online at ymcabr.org.
Thank you very much, Kristen.
Thank you for having me.
Look forward to seeing you again. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have another exciting guest for this holiday program. Welcome back. Our next guest is Mrs. Britney Temple, and so Britney, welcome for being here with us. Absolutely. Now, Britney's an interesting young woman, and I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself, Britney, but then I'd like you to tell us a little bit about the Fit Lab Fitness.
Okay, well, I'm a native of Baton Rouge, and
Where'd you go to high school?
Southern University Laboratory School.
See, you got to ask that question for
But I am a Tulane graduate.
We won't hold that against you.
Thank you.
I got my graduate studies is from Tulane too.
Awesome. Oh, wonderful.
Anyway.
Green wave. But ironically, 3 years ago, I really made a decision that, of course, I was a former professional volleyball player. I played overseas in Austria and France, and I've always been asked for nutrition plans, exercise plans as well, and I'd never really facilitate other than giving just family and friends plans that they could use, and decided that I was going to get my personal trainer's license, and I had a physical facility that I could actually start running these programs through. And Fit Lab Fitness, just immediately was overwhelmingly received within my friend and family group, and it has just done some amazing things since then. We have several instructors that are on staff, from a dance fitness class to an X-fitness class. Everything is total body, but we offer several things so that you can find something there that you enjoy doing. We also have personal training as well, but it became a passion of mine. Moving back home, I was in Chicago right after college, and there were a lot of healthier options available there, and coming home, I realized, okay, this is something that I have always had a passion in doing, and wanted to open something of my own that would allow me personally to be able to work with clients that I love and cared about. And now it's grown, and I have so many other relationships with people, and have been able to do transformations as a result of it.
Yes. Okay. Now tell me where you're. You called it a gym, but it's really not a gym. It's more than that now.
Yes.
So where are you located?
1900 North Boulevard.
Okay.
It's actually it's housed. Louisiana New School Academy is the property that it's on, but there's a gymnasium, and I utilize the gym there.
Mm-hmm. So you have a website or a phone number where people can get more information?
I do. The website is www.fitness.com, and the phone number is area code 225-439-3339.
Okay. Well, great. So that if people have more questions,
they can definitely
you.
contact me.
So your personal journey in being a professional athlete brought you to this realization that there's this huge connection between what we eat and how we move.
Correct.
So share with our audience a little bit about that connection.
Well, ironically, I feel that, we're in a state where food is readily available and we have great cuisine. Unfortunately, we don't have necessarily always a conduit, whether it be, we have gyms, but I wanted to provide something that had phenomenal classes available as well, that could allow relationships to be fostered through not just having an instructor that provides just a class, but also could be a one-on-one, a nutritional provider as well. And so I get to do that. I get to have a personal relationship. All of my instructors there are nutritionists as well. And so get to have personal relationships one-on-one with the clients, but also can hold them accountable in relationship to their food. So it's more so, accountability is everything. When a person is making a decision to become healthier, and having somebody that they can call on, they can ask questions to all of the time, it just makes for that transition it makes it a lot easier for them.
So that, like the coaching component part,
yes.
counseling, answering questions,
Exactly.
providing guidance. Fell off my path, here's how you get back on.
And sometimes, it's tough love, because your health it's really all we have, so if we're not focused on it constantly, I have clients who have lost and then they come back a year later because they felt like they could do it on their own, and I encourage them to start, making those decisions to push themselves to do things outside of my class so that they can create that healthy lifestyle. But to know that there's always a place that they can come back to if, God forbid, that is a situation that they find themselves in, but it happens. And then the more unhealthy decisions we make long term, our body becomes unhealthy. So we have to pick up the pieces and get back on track so that long term we can have the optimal health that we desire for ourselves.
And so if we talk about healthier eating, let's talk about and share with our audience some of the foods that we want to focus in on.
Okay, well, I make it really simple when I initially sit down with the client, because of course we all shop in a grocery store. And there are things that are in the middle of the grocery store that we have to get, but I say avoid in terms of food, just avoid the middle of the grocery store. Why? Because most of it's preserved. So you have your trans fats, you have your hydrogenated oils, you have your refined sugar, everything that is chips. Yes, dip. Everything that you can. Sodas, candy.
Outside.
Yes. But our more nutritious foods, our veggies, our fruits, our lean meats, our grains, most of them are on the perimeter, and then our dairy section. So if we could really just close off the middle section, other than for our paper goods, and that's an easy transition into eating healthier.
Stay on the outside.
Stay on the outside. Stay on the outside of the grocery store, yes.
And so, one of the things that I've heard, and maybe you can help, enlighten us about that, is, if I don't eat all day long, I've saved up all my calories, I can just eat everything I want at nighttime. Bad.
Oh, we know that's horrible.
So let's talk about healthy eating patterns.
Your metabolism is so important, and I have so many clients that come to me who forget that breakfast is the most important meal. We've heard that. It's like a resounding thing that we hear over and over. Eat breakfast, eat breakfast. But they skip breakfast and they have large lunches, and then they maybe skip dinner. unfortunately, our metabolism is like the wheel of a bike. It needs to be continuously moving. And if it's not, our food is being stored, and therefore the longer our body is storing food, the more that food, instead of digesting, it becomes fat. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're feeding our systems continuously healthy items every 2.5 to 3 hours, and it doesn't have to be large portions. I always say, if you look at your hand, especially for lunch and dinner, our lunch and dinner portion, if you were to make a circle around, especially those that are really trying to create healthy habits and are really overweight, use your hand, your portion. This is the size of your plate, from the bottom of your hand all the way to the tips of your fingers. Make a circle, and let your palm denote your protein. Let that be your protein, and focus on having about 6 to 8 tablespoons of veggies, and maybe 2 to 4 tablespoons of a carbohydrate, and focus on grains. That's an easy transition. Of course, we love our enriched carbohydrates, our pastas, our rice, our bread, but if you can transition to whole grains, it just makes your eating and what you're putting in your body so much healthier. So the portions are everything. Snacking, having healthy snacks, fruit, getting some veggie sticks, dried fruit, yogurt. Those things are so much better for you long term in terms of what should be processed in your system, and therefore optimally you're going to have the health, like I mentioned, that you want for yourself.
So it's small amounts, but much more often during
and at
the
least
daytime.
5 to 6 meals a day. For most people, I say at least get your first meal in by 8 o'clock, and then, by 8 p.m., shut it down. So that we aren't consuming food really late. And then, when you're headed to bed, you want to at least leave a 2-hour time frame before you go to bed, so that that food can process. And of course, when you're sleeping, your body's in rest mode. And so you don't want to put something very unhealthy in your system prior to going to sleep, because that food, even though it's still in processing mode, it will not process it like it would if you're up and you're active. And so for breakfast, again, make sure we're eating foods that are really going to give us the energy that we need. So fruits, I'm an advocate of smoothies and juicing, so that, one, it's nutritious what we're putting in our bodies, but people forget that fruits and veggies are carbohydrates. And so that's a great way to start. And making, even protein, obviously, protein helps give us energy as well, but those fruits and veggies can really give us the carbohydrates and the energy that we would need to really get us through the day.
And so, on the go, we're a fast-paced society, and sure, we need to slow it down a little bit. But during this busy holiday season, that doesn't work too good.
It does not work well.
Let's talk about how I can eat healthier, always on the go.
What I will say is I am a huge advocate of food prep if it's possible for my clients. I think we are in a fast-paced society, and it's very difficult. I mean, most fast food places, I can always give my clients something at a fast food place that is healthy, the healthiest option. But so keep that in mind. And some of us have those addictions to those fast food places, and so they just see that sign, and then they want to eat a hamburger versus having a wrap or what have you. So we need to make the healthiest choice available there. But also, if you can prepare prior to, when you are on the go, if you have those prepared meals, you can then make the right choices because it's already been prepared ahead of time. You've already had your lean meat cooked prior to, and your veggies cooked. And so, that would make for easily transitioning into a healthier life better by having that prepped food. So, yeah, that's okay. And more importantly, too, just making sure that we're consuming healthy drinks. We don't want to have a lot of drinks that consume a lot of where we consume a lot of sugar. I want to make sure that you're focusing on water. Water. People need to at least drink, I would say 8 to 10 glasses of water daily with each one of those meals that we talked about, 5 to 6 meals a day. But also, if you can juice, it's much better to juice your fruits rather than have preserved juices, because there's so much more artificial sugar or sugar there. And so we just want to reduce as much in terms of our sugar intake as possible. But more importantly, whatever we can do to make sure that we're consuming the healthiest option, let's do it. If we can prep those meals in advance, great. If not, let's just make sure that we're choosing the healthiest option when we are out and we have to quickly get something while we're on the go.
Excuse me. what you've shared with us is really exciting because the, the mayor's platform that we have for healthy living, 5210 plus 10, those 5 servings of fruits and vegetables you've talked about, that 1 hour of physical activity you've talked about, the 0 sugary soft drinks, all of those things are part of a platform of a healthier life.
Exactly. And I will say,
Sleep.
Yes, sleep. But the biggest thing I want to encourage people to do is when they're starting this journey for the new year, look in the mirror and say, I choose me. The biggest thing is that we start these resolutions and we, 3 months down the road, we're no longer on that same journey. It's okay to have these hiccups, but at the end of the day, your health is the most important thing you have. So if you consistently choose you, choose your children, have that accountability partner, make steps towards a healthier lifestyle, it will be worth it for you long term, because again, you want to live a healthy life. You want a long-term life. We know tomorrow's not promised, but if we can do what we can do to make sure that we're making healthy steps, then just controlling everything you can control, then at least we've done our part in making sure that our lives are healthy.
Oh, thank you so very,
You're very
very
welcome.
much for that wrap up, and very important. We don't have a whole lot of announcements this month, but if you go to the website, you can look at all of the information and resources that are available and some of the health screenings that are scheduled across the community during this holiday season. Now, the Red Stick Mobile Farmers Market's actually finished for the fall season. We'll restart those stops again in the spring, but the farmers market still is every Saturday morning downtown, so please continue to make plans to be there for the Saturday farmers market. And then if you would like to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, you can visit our website at www.healthybr.com for more information. Thank you all for joining us this holiday season. I do not have the flu, but get your flu shot. Thank you all for being with us, and we look forward to seeing you in the new year.